She told me she had been raped by her dad when she was 12. She gave birth to a boy, so her son was now her brother. She lost a leg in an accident a few years later, and it was one of the most crazy conversations I've ever had with a human being. And this was in Davao City in People's Park, Philippines. People's Park is a beautiful park here in Davao City, and I would go there every day, and there'd be this lady selling orange juice and pineapple juice, have a stall, and she had a young man there. I'm assuming it was a son. It turned out to be a son, and we got talking. I'd see her every day, get a juice. Just very, very super friendly person, which is very, very common in the Philippines. If you go to the Philippines, you meet some really just amazing people. There's something about the Philippines, especially in the poorer areas, which I call them the richer areas, because people are very authentic and appreciative, and they have a currency of gratitude. That's a strong currency. People, what money do they use in Philippines? For me, it's gratitude. It's insane. The level of gratitude they have there, it's palpable. It's palpable. It's so palpable. It's insane. I remember in 2010, I had a bicycle stem. I always bring bike parts around to give away, jerseys, whatever. And the Philippines is my favourite place, because people just like, it just lights them up when you give them something, no expectation. They're just like, what? And this guy, he had a problem with his stem, the bolts are stripped or whatever, his handlebars were slipping. And I said, I've got a stem I can give you. And he's like, what? I said, I do have a stem. And he's like, oh my God, this is God's destiny. He was just like, he was almost tearing up. I gave him a stem, a bicycle stem that I had no real use for, and it's like, it's just so many stories like that in the Philippines. But this lady I met, and I was just like, I got addicted to talking to her, because she was just like one of the most hardcore person, probably the most hardcore person I've ever met in my life in terms of motivational, getting it fucking done, like personifying that. And you go to People's Park, go to Davao City, go to Davao City, go to People's Park and meet these people who work there. A lot of them are amputees, and they have some incredible stories, and they ain't fucking bullshitting you. This stuff is real in the Philippines. If you've been to the Philippines, been to Manila, the slums, or in Davao City, or really, deep into the Philippines, not the white shiny beaches. I mean, they're good, go check them out, but the real Philippines is the people, what's going on there. It's crazy. And it's life-changing. It's life-changing going there. Going to the slums, hanging out with the people, and just seeing how friendly they are, and it's crazy. But Davao City, it's got everything. Davao City's got everything. It's got your beach experience, it's got your people experience. Davao City's got the best fruit in the world most of the year. So go to Davao City and just see what's going on over there. We're in an earthquake in a shopping mall. Me and Natasha were there in an earthquake. We were up there, and the earthquake was happening. And we're going up an escalator. Earthquake, the whole shopping mall shaking, and I'm thinking, holy fuck, this is an earthquake. And we got up to the top, everyone started screaming, and I started laughing, because I'm thinking, shit, I'm gonna start vlogging this. And no shit, I kid you not, there's about 30 people there, started screaming, they saw me laughing, pulling out my phone, and they started laughing too. And I was like, okay, and it's still one of my videos last year. And just how quickly they changed their state from like panic to like, okay, this is fun, let's laugh about it. It was fucking insane. It's almost unbelievable talking about it. It's like, it's unbelievable. Just what's going on over there. They have a strong appreciation versus expectation. The level of entitlement in the Philippines is incredibly low. It's like, it's crazy, Like, I mean, you got your street beggars and stuff like that. For sure, that's a little bit different. But in general, the level of expectation is very, very low. I mean, I'd say probably lowest in the world that I've ever been to. If you know of a place in the world which has a lower expectation or a lower entitlement rate in the Philippines, let me know. I'll be keen to check it out. It's crazy. Maybe Thailand. Thailand's also an amazing place. It's crazy. But the level of appreciation versus expectation. You go to the city, expectation goes up, appreciation goes down. You go to the country, appreciation goes up, expectation goes down. What is that? What is that? It's like, you go to the city, and you maybe need some water or some shelter, or you need some food, or whatever, you're lost on your bike. People are like, okay, go away. You're in the country, you're lost, you need some food, you're like, I've been out of water. Can I get a drink? Yeah, mate, come on in. Can I need a place to stay? Yeah, come on in. It's all good. It's like changes on it. The appreciation. You can have appreciation or expectation. You can't have both at the same time, really. It's like one or the other. Expectation is the root of all depression, especially self-focus and a great expectation of how things should be versus appreciation of just how things are. And so this lady, the one whose son was her brother, who's raped when she was 12 and gave birth when she was 13 to a dad who was put in prison for being a murderer, who's still alive today, apparently, you know. And I was just like, how do you keep going? Like that's pretty full on, you know. And you've got half a leg, 1.5 legs. And she was incredibly frank and English speaking. They speak very, very good English in the Philippines, especially Davao, fluent English. And if you ever notice in the call centers, they're all Filipino and it's super friendly. It's just super. That's why they make such good call center people, because they're super friendly, they're super tolerant. In general, might be some exceptions for sure, exceptions, but it was crazy. Started to cough. It was crazy, you know. And I was just saying, like, so what's this thing? And she's like, I appreciate, you know, what they're very religious over there. There's all very strong Christian faith, and serving them very well, many of them. And she's like, you know, it's God's mission for me. You know, this is how it is. And I was like, wow, that's pretty amazing, you know. And just thinking about that person, you know, and the other people I met in Davao City as well, just hearing their stories, going visiting the slums, feeling totally safe, walking with my iPhone and my drone, just cruising around, like my bike and stuff. I just felt incredibly safe. Duterte's done a great job there, and it was a really, really, you know, a life-changing experience. And I recommend everybody go there. Go to Davao City, go walk through the slums, hang out with the people, hear their stories. It's not a charity case. People just want to say, hey, what's up? Have a chat, you know, see how other people in the world live. It's fantastic. And it's like, and they're not starving, they don't need your charity. But hey, if you've got some old t-shirts that no longer serve you, I bring them along and sort of, I don't even give them to people, really. I just sort of just like hang around places, you know. Or another thing I do as well is leave them in hotels, you know, for the cleaners to take care of. And if they ever say, hey sir, you've left your shirt, so it's a bit big for me now, you know, or it's a bit small, or I've got 2. You can have that. Pass it on to someone else or whatever. Just dump it there. I know my friend Derek, what he does when he's driving from the airport or whatever, he just throws stuff out the window. Just throws out the window, you know, the keys or something like that. So that's pretty random. Just walk along with your mates and someone throws a t-shirt at you from out the window. So that's a good one as well. But it's man, it's crazy. But yeah, so that's that lady's story, having an appreciation versus expectation. You know, like how many of us, I was on social media before, on Facebook, and people were complaining, oh my God, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, really? And every time I say to these people, I say, you should go to the Philippines, you know, you should have, you know, learn what appreciation versus expectation means. Learn that your depression is just a foundation of that is on your expectation levels, where you're expecting this is how it's going to be. Example could be, you're going to start a YouTube channel. I expect I'm going to get hundreds of views overnight. I expect I'm going to have, this is going to be my full-time income. I expect that everybody's going to love me. I expect that I'm going to get more and more popular. I expect that every video gets more likes and no thumbs down. I expect that my videos keep getting more and more views. I expect that it goes up like that. It doesn't go around, and I expect the YouTube algorithm to really love me. Versus have appreciation to go, fuck, there's a camera phone thingy, a phone in a camera with crazy clear audio and film, and I can sit in my backyard like a crack addict, share my stories about the Philippines, and people around the world will watch it. Maybe more than one person will, and some of you might find incredible value in it. That's pretty awesome. That's appreciation. And I can monetize that. I can monetize my motivational experiences in life and help others as well, and feed and buy some organic apples like I just bought. Really? That's fucking insane. I'm so appreciative of that. So that's why you see a lot of YouTube crew just totally, you know, even that, it's craziness. Because expectations like, I'm going to have kids, I'm going to be perfect, I'm going to get a boyfriend, I'm going to get a girlfriend. he's going to respect me, she's going to be nice to me, blah, 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 blah. And then reality kicks in, you know. So, the expectation, man. Have goals. The expectation is different from goals, you know. Expectations like, I expect this to happen before I can feel happy. If you're waiting for stuff to happen before you be happy, you'll never be happy. Or you'll be happy very fleeting, and then something will change, you'll be like, oh my God. And you'll be constantly reacting and chasing, and the world and the events will dictate your happiness. Versus just going, happiness is a choice in the present moment. It sounds woo-woo, but it's true. Happiness is just a choice in the present moment. Happiness is only experienced in the present moment. Having appreciation for things like, wow, this is pretty amazing. I've got this little camera thing here, I've got this little phone here, I've got a little audience I've created. It's pretty rad. I can go for a walk, I can breathe, I'm alive, I can see, I can touch, I can feel, whatever. Having appreciation for basic things instantly changes your focus. And we know what we focus on is how we feel. So you can focus on the pain in life, and you can do that every day. You can think about how you were misdone by your mum or your dad or your ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend, or your work colleagues or whatever. Or you didn't have the right passport, or your teeth weren't straight, or your boobs weren't big enough, or whatever. You know what I mean? Or your schlong was too big, or just whatever, you know. Or you have appreciation of what's good going, you know, what you got. You know, happiness is enjoying what you got, appreciating what you've got. Frustration, depression is wanting something different, you know, and wanting something different that's not really attainable. It's crazy. It's just this lady, you know. Go to the Philippines, please. Go to Davao City. There's a place called People's Park. Go and hang out there. Have conversations with the locals. Sit in the park and just observe. People watch. People watching in the Philippines will fucking change your life. Grab some water, grab some fruit, sit down, plonk yourself down, and just put some sunnies on maybe if you know, just people watch. You just be like, fucking hell. Man, that is some hardcore, yeah, like it's crazy, man. There's nothing like it in the world that I've ever seen. Maybe there is, but I've never seen anything in the Philippines. Like, it's full on. So you gotta go to the slum areas though. That's where the real shit's going down. And it's amazing, man. I think that definitely gave Natasha a big insight as well. Going to the Philippines with Natasha and going through the slums on our bikes, you know, and walking around there as well, and all the cats, and it was just the kids. There's so many kids over there, man. There's so many kids over there. It's insane. It's insane. But yeah, so all your problems on Facebook and come on, man. It's like, seriously. Have more appreciation for what's going on in your life and less expectation. I guarantee you'll instantly feel better. Instantly, within a second. There's no medication on the planet that rivals appreciation. Appreciation has no side effects. Most of these medications that people are getting out there for depression, anxiety, the side effects can be lack of sex drive, lack of erectile performance, you know, lack of sensation, depression, suicidal tendencies. You know, suicidal ideation is a side effect of these medications. Decreased serotonin uptake and stuff like that. You know, weight gain, lethargy, dry mouth, acne. You know, all these things that don't make anyone feel good physically. That's physical level. And so you're taking these pills to try and change your state. When you can change your state yourself. You know, you can change your state yourself. 100%. Remember that time in 2015, there was the girl who'd been assaulted by her boyfriend, who punched her in the teeth and knocked her teeth out, and she was bleeding. I remember eating my dinner, and I knew her housemate vaguely from Facebook and Sydney vegan scene. And I was like, wow, I've got to change this girl's state. She's panicking, she's crazy, you know, she's like feeling like a big victim right now. And so I wrote some stuff, you know, it's your fault, blah, 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 just to change her state, you know. And it changes, it worked. She went from sad, freaking out, having an anxiety attack, to like getting angry with me. And that was good, that was the goal. Unfortunately, all those people who were watching on Facebook just took it out of context and blew it up. And that was sort of, you know, that was a bad thing for me as a PR thing. I didn't give a fuck because I'm just trying to help people. And so, but it's a great example of how you can change your state like that, you know, so quickly, just by words, just by words, having a cold shower or whatever, or just shift the focus. Another example was at the Adelaide airport, and there was this guy there, 20-something guy, bent over, breathing like this. He was crying. He's just freaking out. And he had this security lady. He's just like, it's okay, you know, it's okay. And this guy wasn't getting better. I could feel his vibes going down, down, down. He's going, I'm having an anxiety attack and panicking. And then so I'm like, holy heck, I've got another person in a situation like this. This is great. This is timing. So I walked up and I said to him, you know, I pretended to know him. And I said, Frank, or Michael, whatever I said, mate, you know, you're on the heroin again, are you? You're on the heroin again. I thought you quit that shit. And he looks up at me. He stands right up straight. He goes, what? Who are you? I was like, come on, man. Come on, man. Really? You going to play that game? What are you doing, man? What are you doing? You know? And it just changed his whole fucking persona. He started feeling embarrassed that this security lady was trying to give him comfort. And then the police officer's walking up. And I'll see that and I'm like, mate, the feds are coming. The Australian Federal Police, bro. You're fucked. You're gonna get locked up. And he's just like, what are you doing, man? Like, what are you trying to do? You know, he's getting pissed off with me. A little bit angry, but definitely pissed off and irritated. From anxiety to irritated in like a split second. Because I was leveraging social disapproval onto him. And so all of a sudden, he's like no longer anxious. He's like, who the fuck is this guy? Get him away from me, blah, blah, blah. And so people out there be like, oh my God, Harley, you're so cruel, you know, enable his victim state. And, you know, it's like, fuck that. It's not in front of me, man. Not on my shift. Maybe on your shift. Yeah, go for it. But, and it worked. And he's, you know, and then the police officers are there. So I just said, yeah, this guy's, they pulled him aside. You know, this guy, yeah, he's from Hindley Street, does a lot of heroin, you know, he's having an episode. And so then the cops treated him different as well. So what's in your pockets? And they started treating him like a druggie. Instead of like a victim, they started treating him like a druggie, like a drug addict. And this guy wasn't, you know. He just wasn't, you can tell he was just, you know. But anyway, and so I bet on my life that the next time he thinks of having one of those episodes, he's going to go, hang on, last time that happened, that was really embarrassing. They thought I was a drug addict. I didn't get the attention I really wanted. Blah, 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 blah. You know, he's going to anchor that with pain. And it happened again another time. I think I've told this story before. I think it was around the same time, a week or two apart. I was riding my bike and I noticed there was a lady laying on the footpath. She's riding on the footpath, and I just walked up and said, "What's going on?" And so she was having a panic attack. And I said, "Oh, really?" You know, I said, "Lisa, you're doing the drugs again. You know, you're overdosing. I think you've had too much heroin." I did the same thing, and it's straight away again. She was like, "What? Who are you? What?" And all these people around like, "Really?" They're like, "Come on, Lisa." You know, I did the same thing as I did with the guy in the airport. And it worked again. It worked a treat. And then the fire engine came. The fire engine came. So this lady was having anxiety attack. And now she's having anger attack. Get this guy away from me. Who is he? Blah, blah, blah. And that's fantastic. When you're feeling anxious and panicking, that's not a good place to be in. If you're feeling angry, now all of a sudden your testosterone's going up, your posture's going up, you're like, come on. That's a good place to be. Anger's a good place to be. Better than anxious and paranoid and panicking, isn't it? You know? If I was getting chased by a pit bull, I would rather be angry than scared of the pit bull. If I was getting chased by a crocodile in a river, I would really rather feeling angry, like I'm going to fight this crocodile, versus frozen in panic. Wouldn't you? I would. I would rather any day of my life have feelings of anger and like, oof, than panic and anxiety, all right? And you can change that instantly. Obviously, probably a bit hard if you get a great white shark coming for you. You have to be pretty skilled at changing your state. But those examples I just gave you is a perfect example of how in Australia and the US and many Western countries, we become emotionally soft. We become very enabled. The pharmaceutical companies enable us. Here's your script, here's your meds, oh, boom, 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 boom. Here's your therapist, boom, 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 boom. And we become these big adult babies with like zero emotional muscle. Go to the Philippines, we have the woman who was raped by her dad, her son is her brother, 1.5 legs, just battling every day to make $3 or $4 or $5 to have a basic shelter and some rice to eat, and not complaining about anything. No public welfare, just total get it done or you die, starve to death, whatever. To Australia, well, we'll wrap you up in cotton wool, and oh my God, like, you know. So that was a very poignant moment. So there you go. So you can change your state anytime you want. Just changing your focus. I guarantee there's not a single person in the world that I've met that couldn't change their state if they really wanted to. You know, throw Justin Bieber doing a little dance in front of them, they'd be like, Justin Bieber, what are you doing here? You know, or Justin Bieber, get Justin Bieber out of here. I hate his music. His music sucks. Great, now you're angry. You're no longer depressed and feeling anxious. So we can control our thoughts and emotions. That's pretty much anything you control. You can't control your food, really. People can slip something in your food. But you can control your thoughts and emotions. So go to the Philippines, go to Davao City, and or even go to certain parts of Africa, maybe. You know, it's if you've been to those parts, let me know what slums have you been to around the world. You know, what's your favourite slum to visit to really appreciate the human, you know, the human persistence, the human appreciation level. The slums in Bangkok are pretty cool, but yeah, everyone's pretty comfortable there. Philippines, that's some genuine poverty going over there, and a great place to just to feel that vibe, to feel that appreciation. You know, I think there's a market in that for sure. Go there and you know, bring some fruit around and share it. They share fruit with you, share fruit with them. That's another thing about the Philippines as well. Like, usually if you share fruit with people, it's not seen as a charity. We don't need charities, but sharing fruit, fucking sharing fruit's awesome, man. And go to the Philippines, share fruit, have a good time, and let me know what you thought. What you focus on is how you feel, and what you're feeling is what you're focusing on. Simple as that. Happiness is just a choice in the present moment. Happiness is best shared. If you want more joy in your life, have a high level of appreciation, a low level of expectation. Last little example, let's say you got 5 screaming kids, and they're screaming and running around, and your expectation to be a good parent is like these 5 kids, there's strict control every second of the day. They sit down, they shut up, they wait till they're talked to, you know? And you can't have happiness until you have those kids just lined up, perfect. That's a crazy expectation, unrealistic. If you have appreciation, wow, I've got 5 kids and they're alive and blah, 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 blah. That appreciation, all of a sudden your life's like, life's better, you know? Life's a lot better. The experience of life's a lot better. Think about it in your daily life. People jump on the scales. I've got to be 50 kilos today. Oh my God, I'm 51 and a half. I'm 50.4. What the fuck are you doing weighing yourself? First of all, have appreciation. Wow, I can see the scales. I can see the scale. That's not too bad, you know? Some people break the scales. End of the day, get off the fucking scales. Scale your life out there, your consciousness out there, and meet people who have a high level of appreciation, a low level of expectation. And you're going to see a lot of those people in the Philippines, especially in my experience, the slums of Manila or the slums of Davao City. I wouldn't even call them, I mean, the word slum sounds about slumming it. Slumming it now. The word slumming it is a whole different reality for me now. I'd rather be in the slums of the Philippines. 100% I would rather be living in the slums of the Philippines than with the fake, pretentious, fucking narcissistic psycho motherfuckers that live in LA in all the bling houses. 100%. 100%. I've been in both. Give me the slums of the Philippines over that any day. Because you'll meet real people who really tell you what's going on, how they think, etc. In the LA scene or whatever, the YouTube celeb or the narc world is fake as fuck, empty as fuck. Maybe, hopefully you experience both in your life so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Peace.